Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. We start off with cricket, and in particular we discuss the Pakistan Shaheens, who of course after completing their red ball series against Bangladesh, which ended in a 1-all draw, now we move on to the white ball series, which of course in terms is very important for Pakistan's future products. Of course we've got a Champions Trophy coming next year, an Asia Cup T20 format in 2025, and then subsequently in the year 2026 we've got a T20 World Cup coming up. So I think for Pakistan's chances are going to be there. Mohammad Haris is going to lead the Pakistan Shaheens in this white ball series, and it's great to have him back as well. Of course, that undeclared rest, as it was being called. I'm really happy that he finally returns to the side as well. And it's very important, I think, if you look at the squad as well that has been announced, seeing him in there as well, and a lot of other players who will be making a mark. It's very important for Pakistan to increase their diversity and bench strength in white ball cricket. And of course, I think as far as after the T20 World Cup, a dismal performance, the task that has been established, that what we're going to do is that we're going to establish a new white ball team from here onwards. This case is going to be very important when you talk about the Pakistan Shaheen. So we talk about that in detail, and then of course we talk about the fact that what kind of results can we expect, and then we move on to that as well. Then we talk about the return of university and school cricket. Pakistan Cricket Board has joined hands with the Higher Education Commission, IBCC, and of course Capital Development Authority, CDA, in Islamabad to promote cricket. IGC will conduct university cricket competitions in September, and IBCC and CDA will organize school cricket in October in Islamabad. So this is a monumental decision that has been taken. We were just talking about school cricket yesterday, and we said that we want consistency in that domain as well. And when you talk about the real grassroots level cricket, I think this is the format that we need to be focusing on. So congratulations to all those sectors involved, and especially I think the vision of the chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, Mohsin Naqvi, about school cricket. And of course in this signing ceremony we not only had the chairman PCB, we also had Education Minister Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui, who was present there as well, alongside other officials, chairman CDA, everybody was there. And I think this is a monumental step for cricket in Islamabad particularly. So we will talk about that in detail. Then we move on and we discuss the Norway Cup, where Pakistan Street Child football team continues their winning streak. They're unbeaten so far in the tournament. They won 3 out of 3. Now they move on to the playoffs or the pre-quarter-final stages as well. So congratulations to them. But the task up ahead, the German and Spanish clubs now, is going to be very tough. So we talk about that in detail. Then we move on to the Paris Olympics, where Japan is leading in the gold medals tally, and Australia have each secured 6 gold medals each as well. So that's what we talk about in detail. Time now to introduce our guests. First of all, in studios, we've been joined by sports expert Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, Ali Mehdi. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. And we've also been joined, of course, by another guest. We'll introduce you to him as well very soon. But let's talk about Pakistan Shaheens, Ali Mehdi. First of all, initially when we talked about this concept, we were talking about the red ball format. But now we see white ball format particularly. Before you move on to the importance of this format and what results we want to produce for the next future, how important is it that Mohammad Haris is making a comeback as a skipper and also a comeback to cricket as well?
Massive. Mohammad Haris was probably the best new white ball talent we found over the past 3 years. Let's not forget his heroics in the 2022 World T20, in which he actually helped Pakistan make that final and actually was an important cog in that team. And then obviously, he wasn't very consistent. There were a lot, you could say because of many reasons he wasn't in the squad, and we dearly missed him in the T20 World Cup, which actually finished in the West Indies and the USA. So it's so great to see him back and as a skipper, because look, one thing we have to see is that Shaheens and other teams, Pakistan A teams or Shaheen teams, one thing you could see is one thing is consistent. He's actually a skipper of these teams. So he's got these leadership skills which are actually going to be very beneficial for Pakistan in the not too distant future. And obviously we know what he is, what a terror he is with the bat, and what a great individual he is. He's also an excellent keeper too. So I think it's great to have him there. And I think in the white ball format, especially for Pakistan Shaheens, we're going to be more competitive than we were in the red ball format.
Well, certainly. To talk more on this, now we've been joined by senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Welcome to Sports Extra. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmed. Thank you for inviting me. I'm fine. How are you?
Right. So, Haider, what would you like to add when you talk about this Pakistan Shaheens white ball tour now? But before that, I want to ask you something very particular of Mohammad Haris. Since he emerged onto the scene, we saw him as a prime candidate for Pakistan's future when we used to think about a future cricketer. He was talked about all around the world. His innings in that World Cup was talked about so much. But immediately the Pakistan Cricket Board decided, the former regime, that we're going to give him a rest, and he was, not seen for quite some time now. Now he makes a return. What is the kind of damage that we've done to ourselves by benching such a young talent like him?
It's a dilemma of Pakistan cricket management. They are always like that. The people in the management, I don't know why they took such type of decision. Unfortunately, they are also the cricketers, the selection committee, the coaches, head coaches, and everyone. They are the cricketers. Why they cannot exactly, they can see that which player, which batter or bowler is mandatory for the Pakistan cricket team, and he has talent to get more higher position in the Pakistan team. Mohammad Haris is a highly talented batter, but I don't know why they have opted out from the national team. He has played well against South Africa in T20 World Cup in 2022. I was there in Sydney and I've seen. And after that, immediately he was vanished from the Pakistan team, and now they are picking up him. But the break of 2 years, who is responsible for it? Because you have lost a gem from Pakistan cricket. It could be a good opener in Pakistan side. It could be a good asset for the Pakistan side. I think some mindset in our management and coaches and selection committee is something really negative. It is a negative sign of the selection committee. It's a negative sign of the management, and unfortunately, the board chairman or the board CEO or someone, they don't interfere also. This is a major problem. If you see in other countries like India or Sri Lanka, always they prefer the young players. They give more and more chances. Consistency is very important in every department of their life. But in the cricket, we never see in Pakistan cricket. In Pakistan cricket, just we are depending on someone who is playing in the Pakistan team regularly. No problem if he is performing or not performing. But if he is the favorite, then he is in the team. That is really, it's a very bad shape of the Pakistan cricket management. It has to be changed, and I hope that Haris now is performing and he will be the permanent member of the Pakistan team.
Some kind of talent quickly emerges on the global stage, Sir Haider. If we can compare some examples, for example, Australia had Glenn Maxwell, and we've seen how Australia have used him pretty well in the international circuit. Might be a sort of a different example, but Afghanistan had Rashid Khan, immediately made him into a superstar. We go to India, we saw Surya Kumar Yadav, who was given that confidence in the Indian team. Haris himself might have just played, about 5 first-class matches, but 42 List A matches have been there. As a captain, he's led Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to victory on multiple fronts in our domestic circuit. So instead of developing him into a global superstar, he performs well in a World Cup, and immediately, what stops us from, making that decision that, just have him play? Look at New Zealand, how they developed Rachin Ravindra across formats as well.
Yeah, of course. You have given a lot of examples, and many more examples are available of the young players that the countries, they have developed them. They have made them to play a vital role in the national team. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, I have asked once a question to Wahab Riaz, the chief selector. That time he was a chief selector. I have asked him why the Mohammad Haris has not been selected, and his reply was really a mockery. What he has replied me that he replied me that why, because he's an opener, and we have very good established openers, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, and also Fakhar Zaman is there. So there is no space for the Mohammad Haris. So it's really foolish reply from Fahab Riaz. He could say that, okay, we are trying to manage him, we are trying to maintain him in the Pakistan team if he cannot be opener, but he is still available in the middle order. And Pakistan middle order is always, they are suffering. They are really they are in problem always. He could be better in also. If you see in other teams, some middle order batsmen, they have become the openers, and the openers, they have become the middle order batsmen. So always it's a slot available for the talented players, but it depends upon the people who are responsible to select the players, if they don't have in their mind the name and the performance, then player can be selected. This is a dilemma of the Pakistan cricket. Now we hope that he is now in the Pakistan A team or Pakistan Shaheen team, and he will make his way to the Pakistan national team, because Pakistan national team, a lot of questions there also, because if someone is not performing, then they should go out, and the players who are performing, they should come over there. So I hope that the mindset will be changed now, because the chairman here, he has appointed a new person for all the cricket affairs, and I hope that the selection committee and also other people in the management, they will be changed. So mindset, maybe it will be changed, then we can see some better result or some different result. So it depends upon time.
Ali Mehdi, it really, puts me in a moment where I absolutely freeze when I think that what could have happened if Haris had been part of that T20 World Cup squad. It would have been brilliant for Pakistan's chances. But then again, like I said, that, we tend to, when we find such a talent like this, I don't know, we go berserk, what happens. But let me put you in a very difficult spot. Is it because obviously Azam Khan was to be brought into the structure, and they maybe thought that with Haris in there, it might not be possible?
No, I think you've got a very valid point of it. Look, he took the world by storm. He was absolutely fabulous when he came, and he actually took off in that 2022 World Cup. Obviously, after that, he was given a rest, and he didn't come back. But the fact of the matter remains over here that that Mohammad Haris should have been part of this team. He didn't get much of a run before this, but the thing is, the talent is there. He's a match winner. He's done it in the past. He did it against big teams. Who can forget against New Zealand, against South Africa in that T20 World Cup? And he consistently does well in the national T20. He's played so much cricket along with the Shaheens, and then at the same time, you could say that at the same time, he is very, when it comes to domestic cricket, he is very loyal, and he plays very consistently too. And then at the same time, we needed that sort of arsenal which he actually has in the T20 World Cup. But then again, when the management changed, when the new regime came, they didn't look much to him. So now that he's starting afresh, what's done is done. He's starting afresh. He's the part of the captain, of the skipper of this Shaheen's team. I think he's going to do very well, and at the same time too, I do expect him to do very well, and actually to get his name back in the white ball team. We've got a Champions Trophy. Yes, we talk about that he's probably a player for the T20, but why not for the 50 over game? He's got all the assets of the game too. He's got leadership skills, like I earlier mentioned too. So I do think that he's not one for the future, one for the present. He needs to be given a run too, and then at the same time, you need to give him a long run. You give him a long run, he will definitely perform in the white ball format.
Well, certainly, but Ali Mehdi, our primary task after the T20 World Cup has been to change the structure and the management of the Pakistan cricket team. We understand Gary Kirsten is no walkover. He's not one of those normal coaches that you have. He's a World Cup winning coach. He's got the experience around the world, and he's going to implement something. But for him to implement something, he needs those controls which have been given to him. And the primary task right now has been to, get rid of excess baggage in the Pakistan team and work towards more fit players who are not only physical fit and talented, but can be a future for Pakistan, and the future should be the next 5 years, not just 1 year of a tournament.
Yeah, you have to look towards the 5 years. You have to look towards the youth. You have to look at the players which are coming, and through merit system. That's why I think that Gary Kirsten is a good choice. And I think that with Gary Kirsten, after the debacle of the T20 World Cup, I think he would have learned that, look, this is not an easy fix over here. This is going to take a while over here. So for that reason, he is actually probably now he understands the system, the structure too. Now we're going to see that he's going to work towards, future assignments too. The next assignment is obviously the tour of Australia, where we have that white ball format. Before, it's all about Test cricket. So he's got some time over there. He can obviously look at the domestic tournaments which are going to happen here in Pakistan, and then watch which players that are emerging too. But at the same time, you have to look towards the future too. You can't just go with the same names. I think there was a catastrophe of selection, catastrophic when it comes to selections for the T20 World Cup. But they need to learn from that. He needs to learn from it. But at the same time, while he will rubber stamp his name on that white ball team, I'm actually very excited about the red ball format. And I think Jason Gillespie, who I've been following for many years, I think he's really going to come in. He's going to put his foot down hard. And I think.
I mean, it's the very first time, Ali Mehdi, wasn't it, that we had a test coach traveling with an A team. I mean, imagine that. That was like a real insight into the future course of action.
I think that is fabulous. You know, when do you see that a team coach actually goes with his A team? That's because he actually cares. This is his first international assignment too. I saw his interview the other day. He said that, you know what, I actually had thought about it, but then after looking towards the structure, looking towards the talent pool, looking towards the future, I thought that, you know what, I need to give this an opportunity. I've done very well for South Australia. I need to make that jump. And he really cares, going to Darwin, Australia, and being part of this team, seeing these players emerge. He's got confidence in that, and you can see selections for the test ball team. They're going to be bold, but at the same time, you're going to see competitive cricket from Pakistan under the influence of Jason Gillespie.
Well, certainly. Sir Haider, the role of a coach right now in Pakistan cricket becomes very important. Like I said, both Gary Kirsten and Jason Gillespie have that international experience, the exposure. But for them to implement their strategy is going to be very important. We come back to that right after a short break. Stay tuned. Right, welcome back. The role of a coach, as I was just saying before the break, is very, very important. Sir Haider, how do you see Pakistan's two possibilities now? Gary Kirsten leading the white ball format, Jason Gillespie with the red ball format, but they've been given the controls, they've been given the authority of developing Pakistan's future course of action. But at the same time, in the world, we see different examples. Recently, England's Matthew Motts has just stepped down as the English white ball coach. Of course, in the 2 years, he couldn't achieve the percentage of victory required. Before that, he was a phenomenal white ball coach, but they didn't see that previous record. What they saw was that in 2 years, they didn't get any sort of results.
Yeah, nowadays in modern cricket world, the role of the coaches are very vital, very important, and you can see some coaches they have changed the shape of the team. Like Brandon McCullum, he has changed all the direction and all the nature and mood of the England cricket team, and they have become a very aggressive team. So always it's very important the role of the coaches. In Pakistan, unfortunately, the coaches, in past we have seen that the coaches, they were forced to do everything what the management want or the captain of the team. We have seen also some coaches, they were not freely to work, and they were always forced to do what the captain is saying. So this type of coaching and management, it is not fruitful for the team. Both names, Gary Kirsten and Jason Gillespie, they are the big names. Gary Kirsten, definitely, he was the coach of the very successful teams, India and other teams, and Jason Gillespie in Austria and domestic. It's a big name. So both they have a vast experience of the coaching, and they know that how to make a plan and to implement. But very important than the players, how they will follow the instruction and guideline of the coaches. It is always very important. In the past, we have got a lot of foreign coaches. They were also big names. But the players, they were not according to their plan, and they have not implemented, and the result was not according to plan. So now it is now again, it's very important how the players, they follow the instructions, how they go into the field, what they have spoken in the meeting. And Jason Gillespie, now it's his time, because Pakistan is playing in next 3-4 months a lot of test cricket. So red ball cricket, Jason Gillespie's role will be identified, and we have to see how the team show something new things, some different things than past, and Jason Gillespie, how is working with the Pakistan cricket team. It will be very, very important for the Pakistan national team. But anyhow, any time the role of the coaches can work only if the players are working with the coach, because coach cannot play in the ground. Always, all coaches say that we are not in the ground, we are out of the ground, but we can give you all the feedback, all the homework before the match, after the match. But in the end, the players, their responsibility to do according to the plan. This is very important. So the nature and the way of thinking of the players, it should be changed also, not only the cricket skills.
Well, certainly. I think that really needs to be put into a course of action which has, I think, not just accountability, but a direction forward is very important. And that's why it comes from Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board. And that's what the vision is that we see in the future course of action as well. Now we come to a great moment for Islamabad, particularly in cricket at the grassroots levels, where the PCB has, of course, went into an agreement with IBCC, HEC and, of course, CDA in Islamabad for the revival of school cricket. Not just school, but university level cricket is also going to be revived. A signing ceremony was held in Islamabad as well. That was, of course, attended by Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, alongside Education Minister Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui, Chairman CDA, IBCC was represented, also HEC was represented as well. This is a monumental course of action. Ali Mehdi, what does it mean for cricket at the grassroots levels in Islamabad?
Massive, massive. And I think, when you actually put this on the headlines, I actually thought, first of all, credit to you, because you've been talking about this for a long time. You've been talking about school cricket, grassroots cricket for the longest of time, and nobody actually cares more about school cricket than probably you. So, credit to you for bringing this topic again and again. But I think this is massive for Islamabad, for the country too. But Islamabad is a massive step because...
But Ali Mehdi, two directions, if you can touch on these. Of course, IBCC manages all the boards that we see that are going to happen throughout Pakistan, so school cricket throughout Pakistan simultaneously, and HEC managing all the university level cricket in Pakistan. So the whole of the country is covered under this now.
No, so this is massive. You have the HEC, obviously the universities, and IBCC, in which the school cricket is actually. So, you have this proper, you could say, this synergy of this and this whole hierarchy where, and it'll be all synergized where, cricketers and young talent will actually emerge, and from the school system, they'll actually emerge to the top, to the university level, through which the HEC will look. So this is massive. Actually, this is something, the brainchild of the chairman PCB, Mohsin Naqvi, who actually came up about this. And this is massive now that you've got it structured, and the thing is that, now that this structure has been laid out, obviously the blueprint has been there. Its implementation will be very important. Obviously, the talent will come, and you'll have to actually televise this. You have this all around the world. You have this, obviously, neighboring country. India does it too, but Australia, for that matter, it does it. But the fact that we have grassroots cricket, and the fact that now that MOU has been signed, I think this is massive too. And now that the ball is going to get rolling, you'll obviously a lot of talent will come through, and then at the same time, I think this is going to be massive for cricket, of all age groups in Pakistan.
Well, certainly, Sir Haider, how do you see this development now, the revival of school cricket throughout Pakistan? This MOU has been signed. It covers all schools and universities across the country.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very good action has been taken by the Pakistan Cricket Board and with the Minister of Education. It's very important for any type of any sport. If you are getting the sport players at primary level in the schools, then you can discover their talent, you can polish the talent, and you have always opportunity to get the players at primary level. And it is a very good sign, very good thing for the Pakistan cricket future. But unfortunately, I have come to know that now they are reviving the school cricket than the schools, because in Islamabad most of the schools are private schools, and they are asking a lot of money from the boys or from the students to deposit if you want to play in the school cricket team. This is unfortunate. Please make cricket some easy and some good price, because if you will ask the students to deposit 30,000-40,000 rupees to play in the school team, then you cannot continue the school cricket. Unfortunately, in our country, the schools under the Minister of Education, they are not in good shape. The education of the school is still not good, so how the sports will be in good shape. This is very important, but in any system, if you are getting someone at primary level in the schools, then definitely you can get a very good talent. But it is necessary to go with your work honestly and exactly according to what you have showed to the public, to the nation, that what you are going to do, it should be implemented honestly. It is very necessary. Otherwise, if you are going to make money only, then you cannot discover, you cannot get the talent at this level.
Sir, either even if we do identify talent, how do we groom that talent to that next level? Do we, right now, obviously at this level, you can't divide them across formats, but what should be the course of action which, benefits
Exactly.
Pakistan cricket?
Yes, exactly. This is a big question, very big question, Ahmed, that I've seen in Karachi in some schools that they have started the cricket. They have started cricket team, but the responsible persons, they don't know what is cricket, how to play cricket. They have gathered the students and make a team, and how they are playing. Really, I was really disappointed, because if you want to make a school team, then you have to get some really good cricketers as a coaching. We have a thousand of the cricketers who have played at first class level or club level, very good cricket. They can be available, and they can do the coaching for their schools. But please go seriously, otherwise a cricket can be played anytime, everywhere. In the streets, our country streets are full every night with the cricketers. But it is not a cricket. Cricket is really, nowadays, it has been converted into a scientific play, by which the regulations and the new techniques in the cricket, converted the cricket into a very scientific thing. So therefore, you should go with the skillful coaches in their schools. They will teach how to play cricket exactly, and a batter, a bowler, he will learn at primary level. Then he can do a lot of things. Then the players who are, or 20 plus or 25 plus, they cannot learn. But our young players who are 14, 15, they can learn very quickly. So please range, please engage the former cricketers at any level. They have played a cricket in club or first class cricket, and give some money to them, and to arrange to make possible a good cricket. How in India I've seen that in all these schools who are eligible to play cricket, they have engaged former cricketers to teach the cricket how to play. Pakistan should go same plan to get better cricketers. If you are having some ex-cricketers who know how to play cricket.
Certainly. Sir, thank you very much for joining us for our segment of cricket. And certainly, I think this is a monumental occasion for grassroots cricket in Pakistan. And congratulations to not only Pakistan Cricket Board, but IBCC, HEC and CDA at large as well. And special, I think, collaboration which will now take place between these organizations is going to benefit the grassroots level cricket. Hopefully, it is a sustainable and a model that sees longevity as well. Now we move on to the Pakistan street football team. That street child football team has been performing exceptionally well. They've won all games so far, and now they move on to the playoffs or the pre-quarterfinals, which is going to be another stage now which they have to achieve. And we're all hoping for a trophy. To talk more on this, we've been joined by a fellow anchor, expert, and also someone who's traveling with the team, Sayyid Mohammad Awais. Assalamu alaikum, Awais. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmed bhai. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, Awais. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations so far. How's it been now? 3 out of 3 victories, and now moving on to the next stage of the cup as well.
Alhamdulillah, Ahmed bhai. The win is for Pakistan. 3 out of 3. The players have been performing really superb. Tomorrow we have got the first playoffs, and then the semi starts on the quarterfinals, and everyone is excited for that. We just beat 3 Norway clubs over here, which play Premier Leagues over here. We beat them, but now when we play the playoffs, it's a German club, so it won't be easy task for Pakistan players. But the way Pakistani players have been performing over here, specifically our squad looks more formidable, and especially the way they're focused on the match. I mean, they just want to win gold for Pakistan this time. And especially, I would like to thank you, the general public over here. They have been superb, charged. They come daily to support our players. I mean, there were thousands of people even yesterday. Everyone is excited for playoffs, and everyone wants Pakistan this time to win a gold and come back to Pakistan.
Certainly, Awais, talk us through now what the next phase means. Obviously, these young boys would be very confident, over the moon. But obviously, there is that element that this is a knockout stage. Now, next you're facing German, Spanish clubs. The competition gets even tougher.
It gets, I mean, because Ahmed bhai, the one thing was really good that this players got a good boost in the opening openers. I mean, when they scored 6-0 in the opening match, and in the second match they had 5-0. In the third match, which was played yesterday, it was a tough match for these guys, and it had to be, because when you advance to the next level, yesterday the first goal was scored by the other team. Possession was with us, but it was a really good club, and Alhamdulillah we won by 3-1. But a tough match was important in the group stage to get them perfectly ready for the next matches. But tomorrow we play the playoffs, then you got the semi-quarters coming up, then the quarterfinals and semi-final and finals. So as you go up, I mean, obviously the stage gets more higher, more tough. Tomorrow it's going to be a German club versus Pakistan. And it's really, I would say, a heated kind of a topic over here, because everyone, even just not the Pakistanis, even the local community, they have been speaking about Pakistan team, and everyone looks forward for them.
Well, certainly, Awais, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations to you, the entire team, and all the best wishes from our side for the next phase. All right, that was Syed Mohammad Awais talking about the Pakistan Street Child football team that we talk about as well. Now we move on to the Olympics, and as with every day, we give you the latest of updates. So first of all, let's take a look at the medals tally.
Athletes from around the world are showcasing their skills and determination in various sports. Japan led the gold medals table with a total of 7 golds. France, China and Australia each secured 6 gold medals, placing them 2nd, 3rd and 4th in this category. The Republic of Korea won 5 gold medals and placed at 5th position. In terms of overall performance, the United States dominated the medal table with 26 medals, including 4 gold, 11 silver and medals.
And there you have it, Olympics as competitive as ever, and the legends still with us in studios. Ali Mehdi, what do you tell us about the medals tally? Especially, how surprised are you, like us, that Japan has, surpassed everyone so far?
Massive surprise that actually Japan has overseeded expectations over here. They're actually on top over here with 7 gold medals. Normally you expect the Chinas or for example, the home nations, actually France. Or, this, if you look at a retrospective, games, it's always the home games, the home team which does very well. But Japan have actually started off with a blast. They've been absolutely brilliant. 7 gold medals and, are really going up the ladder. But US is a bit disappointing too. I expected them to be on top. Normally they are within the top 3. Then I think they are about 4 or 5 gold medals, which is low for them right now, about 4 medals too. But they're actually going to pick up the pace too. But then other than that, China's over there doing very well in gymnastics for that matter. And then obviously, for archery, it was the South Koreans who did very well. But the one I want to talk about the most is gymnastics.
But just the latest update right now, Ali Mehdi, before you move on to that, China has just won a gold and have surpassed Japan right now. So it's neck and neck with both of them.
Neck and neck, and the Chinese have always done extremely well. Ever since the 2008 Olympics, which took place in Beijing, Chinese have been absolutely brilliant. They target specific sports. You talk about table tennis, you talk about gymnastics, you talk about, these sort of sports. They are actually very good, they're very good, all the ones are the ground, games too, which they're very good. Inside the arena, they're actually very good, in which they're nimble, they're very good too. So the Chinese, I expect them to actually mount a real chance, and they're going to really try to, come first in, or, they're trying going to be on top of the leaderboard.
But certainly, USA, as you were mentioning, so gymnastics particularly disappointment, because they would have expected a gold there at least.
They would have, but then from the women's side, you talk about the women's team event in gymnastics, they've emerged with a gold medal. Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast, I would say, of, of modern times, of the 21st century. She had her problems way back in 2021 when, she had mental health issues, she had issues, COVID-related problems too, but then she's bounced back this time and leading the team at 27 years old. She's gotten about 8 gold medals now and actually got that team event. So, she was absolutely brilliant. And, when it comes to gymnastics, Simone Biles, she is really the GOAT, and it's an absolutely fabulous performance yesterday with her team.
Right, certainly. Ali Mehdi, I think you've touched the right subject. It's not just Japan. I think host nation France has been surprising as well so far. But with this medal, neck and neck tally would continue. We'll keep on giving you the latest updates. But now we've got a report that is very, very special. I think this would go down in the history of Olympics in golden words, because this is a feat that has been unheard of when you talk about this particular sport, where this woman, of course, 7 months pregnant, winning her first game, of course, didn't make it further, but has certainly, I think, transcended barriers. Let's take a look at that.
Extraordinary milestone by winning a match against an opponent from the United States. This notable accomplishment not only showcases her remarkable fencing skills, but also her exceptional determination and physical endurance. Hafiz is not stranger to Olympic competition, having previously participated in the 2016 and the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Her performance in Paris is particularly significant as it highlights the evolving role of athletes who continue to excel in their sports while navigating personal challenges. Despite the physical demands of fencing and the advanced stage of her pregnancy, Hafiz's victory is a powerful testament to her resilience and dedication. Her success in this context challenges traditional perceptions and demonstrates that athletes can achieve remarkable feats even under challenging circumstances.
Well, there you have it. What a wonderful moment, Ali Mehdi. This would go down in history. I mean, regardless of whatever the result was going to be, but carrying a child in an Olympics, and that too at this critical juncture, and winning your first game, and that too in fencing, as we were just discussing.
Absolutely, incredible. Fencing is a very competitive, combative sport, and for her to just shows the hallmark of women. For example, being pregnant and actually competing at the highest level. Carrying that flag on her chest, it just means the world to her, and a true hallmark and true example to women and the way they actually are an example to the Olympic sports.
Well, I think, Ali Mehdi, we have to consider that sports transcends boundaries, as we've always talked about, social taboos and everything. But thank you very much, Ali Mehdi, for joining us. But before we go, of course, we're not going to leave you like that. We're going to give you another very interesting update, and that is Japan's dominance in many games in this Olympics has continued. They're neck and neck with China on the medals tally, but they surely are surprising everyone. We've got a report on that. You take a look at that report. But from me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.
Hello world, where you been? I've been waiting for you and your friends. One love begins. Tip top, we're starting at 10. If you believe that we can make some magic happen, say yeah. If you believe that we can make some magic happen, say yeah. Yeah, we on that new. We're chasing that energy, make it move. When we hit the party, that body groove. We're chasing the sun, yeah.
Japan's success in the Olympics 2024 is truly remarkable, especially in gymnastics, swimming, and judo. Their gymnastics have been outstanding, leading in events like the men's all-around, women's all-around, and individual apparatus finals. The precision, skill, and artistry displayed by the Japanese gymnastics have been an inspiring, earning them multiple medals and solidifying their positions at the top of the gymnastic leaderboard. In addition to gymnastics, Japan has excelled in swimming, with their swimmers showcasing speed and endurance in various events. The dedication and training of Japanese athletes shine through in their performances, reflecting their commitment to excellence and their country's rich sporting heritage. As the Olympic progresses, Japan's medal count continues to rise, with 7 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze, with their athletes demonstrating exceptional talent and determination across a range of sports. The sport and enthusiasm of the Japanese fans further fuel the athletes, creating an electrifying atmosphere at the game. Japan's success in the Olympics is a testament to the hard work, skills, and passion of their athletes, making their country proud and inspiring future generations of sports enthusiasts.